We have detailed the hit to the Ford Motor Company from last year's fires at the Novelis plant, but what about the impact of businesses near the Scriba plant, like the Port of Oswego? Joining us now is the new Port of Oswego Executive Director, Tom Drumm. Tom, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. And yeah, really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
So, Tom, not only are you new, but I have learned that you are now officially the youngest to lead a major port in the U.S. I mean, what made you take on this job in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm an Oswegonian through and through. This is my hometown. This is where my family has spent generations, and so just the unique opportunity. You know, professionally, I've spent a lot of my professional career outside the city and through various stops along my professional journey. But the opportunity to come home and make an impact to a city and to a region that I care so much about was a really exciting opportunity. And cool. So, yeah, made a lot of sense, and I'm excited to be here.
So we talked about it a little bit in the intro. One of the bigger clients for years now at the port has been Novelis. We know that the fire hurt production at the plant there. So what does it mean for the port? Because you guys get in a lot of those aluminum ingots that they end up using eventually to turn them out to aluminum that they give to Ford for the F-150s. How's that those fires impacted you guys at the port?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be in full transparency. It's been difficult. Novelis has been a long-standing partner of the Port of Oswego, and as they went through these really difficult series of fires, the port feels like many throughout the auto industry and throughout the aluminum industry felt the reverberations of that. And so for the port, it means, you know, less direct aluminum to the port. We tend to really rely on vessels of aluminum that come in periodically throughout the year as one of our main cornerstones, both for our workforce and both for the financial operations of the port. So we've tried to remain a real strategic partner with them. Mm-hmm. My predecessors before me, you know, worked really hard to be there with them as they've gone through, you know, these really trying times. And so, you know, I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I do think we're going to see, you know, Novelis, you know, get back to the production that the port has expected, and we just want to make sure we're a strong partner and we're here for them as they, you know, start to ramp back up.
Yeah. Do you have to kind of then adjust things? I know also soybeans, the wind turbine blades, especially those have been a big part of the port in the last few years, maybe a little bit more than that. So do you kind of adjust that way to compensate for the loss from Novelis?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, listen, we're always trying to find different revenue streams at the Port of Oswego. We do rely on some of those cornerstones, right? Aluminum and certainly our grain production, potash, soybeans, and then other outside projects, working with the Army Corps of Engineers to repair our break wall here in Oswego, and also, you know, several windmill projects that we've had come through the port over the years. But there's no denying that, you know, we're an aluminum port. It's our bread and butter. And so, yeah, we tried to remain, you know, and this was a little bit before my time, but we tried to remain as creative and as flexible as possible to try to source other revenue, you know, that could come into the port. But when we do as much aluminum as we consistently do year in and year out here at the Port of Oswego, any type of break in that logistics chain that we really saw as a cause of those fires, it's hard to overcome. And so we're excited as anybody to see them in a better place and ramp it back up for production.
Are you all able to start planning? I mean, could you see something? I know they have talked about maybe trying to be up by like June, July, somewhere. Is that kind of what you're hearing? And how do you kind of plan for that, or any kind of timeline?
Yeah, I can't really speak for them because I know there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to you know, getting everything back online. I mean, what I can tell you is we're definitely preparing our workforce for a similar aluminum run that we saw back in 24 and 25, and even back to 23 and 24, with this past year being a difficult one. And so we're on standby with them. Okay. I mean, when they're getting to the point to where they're really going to start to ramp up, it's going to be a lot of fun down here. It's going to be a mad dash, and really, so on our back end, it's working with the people at the port who have done this long before I came in, to make sure that when this rush comes, which we're hoping it does, that we're prepared from a workforce standpoint to be able to be as strong of a partner as we can be.
Tom, great conversation with you. Going to have you back again. I want to definitely get into the whole Micron talk with you at some point, but this was a great chat. All right, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.